into the danger zone.
The Drew Yari Show.
The Drew Yari Show.
Yeah, man, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Stupid idiot.
Drew Yari. The Drew Yari Show begins now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Drew Yari Show.
Anyways, guys, this is the Q&A show, the second Q&A show for the month of February. Let's get things started. Maurice has the first batch of questions. He wants to know how I have been playing Kirby Adventure in my spare time. So I figure, what is your retrospective opinion on the franchise? I never got into Kirby. I always wanted to play the games, but I just never found the time.
Never played the games. I mean, I know why people like the games, but just by like some of the games I've seen, I know like the Kirby Adventure on the Game Boy, then the one on the Super Nintendo is fondly looked on good. Outside of that, never really played.
Next is which dead gaming franchise needs a rebirth? Probably, maybe I'm wrong. Probably like Silent Hill, because those games are always pretty popular. I'm surprised they haven't made a new one. No, actually, you know what? I'm wrong. They're doing a reboot of the, or I guess a remake of the first one, remastered or whatever.
Yeah, Konami's slowly coming back with games because they're gonna have I think the Silent Hill. Then they're gonna have the Castlevania remake along with Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah. But I mean, for me though, it's probably like, let's think here, like Star Fox, like a real Star Fox game, F-Zero, Ninja Gaiden, River City Ransom. They only got like one. I mean, I don't know if they have more than just that one game on the NES, but I love that concept, right? Like an action RPG set in like the 50s and like, you know, like pretty much like those greaser hair guys go up against other gangs, things of that nature. That'd be pretty cool to see. But yeah, just games like that I'll probably give a gander in. But most of the games like that are like super popular, they all are still going today, right? So like your Final Fantasies, your Marios, your Pokemons, your Halos, even though I don't like Halo, you know what I mean, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, so
right.
You know, all those games. You know what? I will say probably another 007 game. I mean, obviously for obvious reasons. I mean, you know, the he's 007 guy over here, but James Bond guy here. But yeah, outside of that, those will probably be my some of my franchise I would like to bring back.
For me, I would say Splinter Cell, because I like the Splinter Cell games, and I think the last game that came out was in 2013 or 2014. And I think they kind of made a little teaser at one of the, I guess, like gaming expos that they were thinking about doing a Splinter Cell game, but that kind of died down after a while. This isn't really a gaming franchise; it's more of a company. It's Telltale, which they did The Walking Dead. You know, Telltale games, and like there was one I didn't play, but I always thought was interesting. It was
Wolf Among Us.
Wolf Among Us. There you go. They did a Batman one, which was great. They did Guardians of the Galaxy.
Walking Dead. Yeah,
Walking Dead. I haven't played in a while though. It was really good, and I always like that concept of like story based games where like that's what it is. It was just like it was like those like choose your own adventure things that we did when we were kids.
Yep.
Like this was it. I always thought that was really interesting, and then the studio I think lost a lot of money, and they went bankrupt. So that's why they don't make those kind of games anymore. But I'm kind of hoping that makes a comeback. But those are my choices. Next is buy or sell. No Way Out 2003 or Elimination Chamber 2023.
Elimination Chamber, buy.
That's tough. I'm going to have to go with No Way Out 2003 solely because when Austin came out, just hearing Jim Ross saying, "God damn, he's back to kick another man's ass." Like, just solely because of that. So I'm going to go with No Way Out 03. Who should beat Wesley for the North American title?
Von Kali! I don't know. Maybe Tyler Bate will be good. If he gets back healthy, Nathan Frazier. I think Ilya's above the North American title in my opinion. Charlie Dempsey, he's being built up pretty well right now. He's now with Drew Gulak. I think Charlie Dempsey has a realistic chance. I'm gonna go with Charlie Dempsey.
Those are good choices. I actually have one that's pretty interesting. I don't know know how you'll feel about it, but Nash Carter. Like let's say they sign back Nash Carter. Let's just say they did that like today. You can bring him back and you can do that personal storyline of like, I thought you were my brother. Why didn't you try to help me get my job back? You were too busy, building your own career while I was out here struggling, which I'm pretty sure he's not struggling, but you get the deal. But that'd be interesting. The other ones you mentioned, Tyler Bate would be good. I like Tyler Bate. Charlie Dempsey, I need to see more of, but from what I have seen, he's really good. So those would be my choices. Next is what should NXT do in 2023 for massive improvement?
Get out of the Performance Center.
Thank you.
Get out of the Performance Center. Now, again, I know in the past I kind of said, like, hey, they're at a loss, but, I don't think they're going to do that. For the record, I don't think they're going to do it. I'm just saying that in order to improve the show, they need to get out of the Performance Center, but I don't think they're going to do it, though, because they're already at a loss already for NXT, and that's going to be have more of a loss running. It's a lot of things behind it. A, renting the building. B, doing advertisement. C, travel. All that stuff is a part of it. If they do it, and to be honest, I wouldn't even go all the way across the United States. I'll just stay in the general southeast of the United States. I wouldn't even, and with the exceptions of pay-per-views or whatnot. So obviously, for example, WrestleMania is in Los Angeles, right? I'll probably do the NXT go home show in Los Angeles somewhere, right? Then you have your pay-per-view. Then after that, you can just go back to the Performance Center after that. But getting on the get on the road, that'll be a massive improvement. I don't think it's gonna happen though. Nor that they should really, because it's just losing money. But also, I will also say that have more adult themed storylines. You can still have your fun, right? You can still, have a little bit of, crazy characters, things of that nature, but make it adult theme, make it a little bit more serious, right? Long-term storytelling is huge. So those would be the major things for me.
Yeah, the one you mentioned was, get out of the Performance Center, not necessarily take the show like on the whole country, but just start slowly, like just tour Florida first, like tour not just in Orlando, do like smaller arenas in Orlando, then maybe go to Miami, maybe go to Tampa. I don't know, just Jackson, maybe not Jacksonville because that's that's somebody else's territory, or do it, fuck it, because they don't give a fuck about Tony. But yeah, I think taking the show on the road, taking it out of the Performance Center mainly will help. I think that'll pay dividends, and everything else you mentioned. Maurice is saying, I heard they're going to Jacksonville for a NXT tour. Huh, there you go. Last question from Maurice. Since it's Black History Month, what are some unsung blacks that are never mentioned that should be taught in history? I would offer Yasuke and Richard Pierpoint as notable examples. I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that question, Maurice.
I mean, there's a lot out there. I mean, the guy, I can't remember names, but like they're apparently black people invented hockey. Yeah, so go figure, right? With that, I know that there's a couple guys out there who invented like the mop, right? The lawnmower. Obviously George Washington Carver with peanut butter. Obviously everyone knows him, but there's a lot of different inventions out there that are been by African Americans, black people, that hasn't really been paid attention to. Like potato chips, I think, is one as well, where the original concept was from a black man. So I
just pulled up a list on CNN of Unsung Heroes and Black History. Let's see. Flo Kennedy, this attorney and feminist, was a fierce advocate for abortion rights in the 20th century. Audley Moore, this attorney and feminist, was a fierce advocate for same thing. Ron Odin, he was the first openly gay black man elected mayor of a U.S. city. Okay, cool.
An invention.
Esteban Hotes, I don't know how to say that name. This black Latino pilot fought against racial segregation in the U.S. military. Annie Lee Cooper, I'm sorry. This voting rights activist made her mark after she punched an Alabama sheriff in the face. Nice. Arthur Fletcher, the civil rights leader, was one of the little-known pioneers of affirmative action. And those are the names that are on that list. So, Viola Desmond predated Rosa Parks 9 years. I heard about that. I did hear about that. That I took a African American class, a history class in UTSA, and that was one of the things was that I think it was like Rosa Parks was really like an agent for some type of like underground. I want to make sure I'm getting the term right, like underground, like association. And like what she did, somebody else already did, but I guess because hers was more like widely known that they forgot about the other person. I think the other person was pregnant as well, and that's why they didn't like use her as an example. Like I don't like, am I getting this right?
I mean, you know more about that particular subject than I do, so.
Right, but
that one in particular, I should say.
Yeah, but and I think Maurice has one more question. I just saw it. Here we go. Who's the least intimidating between the two, Ronda Rousey or Gina Carano?
The least intimidating will be Gina Carano. Like, despite what you think about, Ronda as a wrestler,
right?
Like, I wouldn't want to stand across a ring or octagon from her. Period.
Ronda could whip both of our asses. So I'm gonna go with Gina. Even though Gina looks pretty big, she seems a lot more sweeter than Ronda. So I'm gonna go with
I don't even know who Gina Carano is, but it's the answer is Ronda Rousey. Period.
She's she's been in a few movies. I don't know if any movies you've probably seen. She was on the Mandalorian.
No.
She was in Deadpool.
No.
Then no, you don't know who she is.
Man, I don't know.
If somebody could post a picture of her, that'd be nice. But thank you, Maurice, for the questions. Now we're on to Anna. Anna has the next batch of questions. If you, Justin, RJ, and Ruben go back in time and do a huge event post-show of a major WWE event in the 80s and early 90s, which one would y'all choose? Ooh, that's good. Probably the Montreal Screwjob. I guess
well, it says early 90s.
Early 90s. Oh, shit. Early 90s. So early 90s WWE.
So, like, between, like, up to 93, I would say.
Probably WrestleMania 3 when Hogan body slammed Andre.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's typical. Yeah, so I mean, that'll be good, obviously, to review. But I'll say either Rumble 92, SummerSlam 92. And it just says WWE, so I can't expand to WCW, but those would be my top two for sure. Those two.
Which Mania was the one where Hogan came in and I guess took over for Bret's spot?
Mania 9, that was 93.
So yeah, that one too, just so we can just talk about how bad that was.
That'll be a rant fest because that's one of the worst. That is one of the worst WrestleManias ever. I mean, to me, Mania 11 is always going to be the worst Mania until I see something different.
Next is, if Texas were to ever secede from America, what would you do? I would join Texas.
I'll do nothing, just live my life, and I'll just live my life. Like, yeah.
I mean, that's what we always do anyway, so whatever happens, we're just going to still be doing the same shit we're doing now. Should WWE try to get Kenny Omega? I would say just get him if you can.
Absolutely. If you can get him, and throw the money at him, throw the world at him. He could be a big star for WWE if presented the right way.
And also, he's 40, so it's just like if you have a chance to get him now, and do what you can with him. Next is, did you guys ever have wrestling buddies as a kid? Yes.
Yeah, I had a Goldberg, talking Goldberg from WCW, and a DDP.
I think I had DDP. I had Hogan. I think that's about it. I can't really remember exactly which ones I had, but I know I had buddies. I know it was WCW. What are the best parks in San Antonio? I think we might answer this question already, but we'll answer it again. Like theme parks or just like parks?
I think they mean like regular parks. So, like Woodline's very popular. Hemisphere, like like a Hemisphere Parks are going through like a uplift, a facelift. It's gonna look like incredible, apparently.
Right.
So wherever that gets done, that's gonna be the one there. But yeah, I think a lot of people like Woodlawn and Eisenhower and Hemisphere. I think those would probably be like the top three for the most part.
Next is, how would you guys book Walter versus Nikita Koloff as a dream match? I don't know if I'm qualified to answer that.
I mean, Nikita Koloff. I mean, he's the Russian bear. So Anyway, I mean, Walter's gonna kill Nikita. You know what I mean? But Nikita, he was presented as a monster, like a huge monster, back in the mid '80s. So, Walter wins though. He's more athletic, but Nikita will hold his own until Walter chops him into oblivion.
Next is CM Goof the alter ego of Goofy from Disney? Yes.
Sure.
If you were to suddenly become the owner and head promoter of NWA, how would you fix it? I would just destroy that company. NWA needs to die. It's a dead organization. Just kill it with fire.
Okay. Well, I will just what I'll do is I'll focus on youth.
Right.
So, so if you're older than 32 years old, like, you're not going to be a wrestler. Now, you could be there for, like, you could be a manager or you could be a commentator, but you're not going to be in the ring. And what I'll do is I'll go around the country, get some of the best young prospects all over, and maybe work with either AEW or WWE as a feeder system for them to bring them up to either NXT or maybe Ring of Honor or even like AEW as a whole, and just focus on people's strengths, right? Really focus on their strengths and on their opportunities. I can probably develop them. Like if they don't have a character, right? I can give them a character, or we'll work on a character together and see what will be best fit for them. But any organization is saving if you put the right TLC into it, though. But and NWA is a name in the annals of wrestling history. Like the NWA is always going to be respected and around in some fashion. So
just anyone but Tyrus, and I think it should be fine. If you were to sound... All right, I already asked that question. What would you guys think of maybe Bray Wyatt having an empty arena match instead of a regular match? No spooky garbage. Just a Falls Count Anywhere pre-taped empty arena match, and who should he fight?
It has to be the right feud. I mean, because if you do a match like that, obviously it's going to be a more realistic match, so it's not going to be spooky. The match has to warrant for it. Who should he fight? I don't know, because I can't really say on who. I think the popular answer would probably be Karrion Kross. That would probably be a popular answer, but I can't really sit here and say who should he fight. I mean, that could be up for debate all day, though. But if it's presented the right way, I mean, of course it'll be good.
Kevin Owens would be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Yeah, present the right way. Yeah, for sure.
Two guys are kind of like, I don't want to say similar body types, because I think Kevin Owens has really slimmed down over the years, and Bray's still kind of stocky. But I think, like you said, presented the right way, that could be an interesting feud and an interesting match. what would you guys think of a heel Mankind and a Wyatt family Bray Wyatt feud if it could have happened in the Attitude Era? That could have been interesting.
Or heel versus heel, basically. So, yeah, I mean, again, present the right way. It could be good.
I mean, two guys are kind of basically the same character, but not really.
Yep.
So, yeah. And lastly, from Anna, who do y'all think is Brock's biggest rival? Taker, Cena, or Roman? That's a good question.
Angle.
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah, I'm surprised Anna didn't mention Kurt Angle. Yeah, Kurt Angle. You know, both collegiate athletes. You know, both had
the answer's Kurt Angle for me.
Yeah, Kurt Angle. I mean, yeah, I'm going with Kurt Angle too. I mean, both collegiate athletes, both kind of had similar rises to the top. Angle became champion in a year, and then Brock became champion in 5 months. Both main event in Mania. So, Kurt Angle, Anna. None of the above. It's Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Next is does Kyle have the last question? What the hell? No, Kyle does not have the last batch of questions. He has the next bunch of questions, actually. So, Kyle, if you hear this, we are answering your questions. So, and Kyle always asks some interesting questions. What were some of your favorite stores or restaurants that went extinct? Blockbuster, Toys R Us, Circuit City, and 3 come to mind. I mean, you just kind of named them for me, personally. I love Blockbuster. That was my shit. Toys R Us was my shit. Circuit City, I never really went to because as a kid I wasn't really that interested in Circuit City. I'll probably be more interested in Circuit City now. But, you know, Blockbuster, Toys R Us, KB Toys is another place.
Yeah, KB. Yeah, for sure.
Maurice is saying Toys R Us moved north of the border. So it's no longer in Portland? It's in Maurice's neck of the woods in Canada?
Yeah, a lot of them are in Canada. Like, I was watching one of Ethan Page's toy hunts. I think maybe like a month or two ago, they were like they were all in Toys R Us in Canada. So, and it looked like it was thriving too as well, like just well stocked. But yeah, also as well. I mean, it's not a store per se or a restaurant, but just something that I remember. Discovery Zone. I don't know if that was just a Texas thing. But Discovery Zone was one there. Suncoast, Sam Goody, those the movie store, the music store. Good times.
And I got
and Hollywood Video Dad in there too as well. So
I got Toys R Us mixed up with Blockbuster. So Blockbuster, to my knowledge, there's still one store left in the whole country, and that's in Portland.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a documentary about it on Netflix. Good one. And yeah, well, good choices. All Elite Wrestling has a company name problem, especially if Kenny Omega leaves AEW for WWE. The company, AEW, will look like fools for naming the company after a faction of wrestlers. Do you agree?
I mean, I don't look at it that way. I don't look at. Obviously, yes, it's gonna tie into the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega, but like they could still be All Elite Wrestling, or they could just change it to AEW, just like how WWE is not necessarily known as World Wrestling Entertainment anymore. It's just WWE. They could do the same for AEW. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't really think it's a big deal or anything like that. So,
plus, I don't think you can just automatically change the name of a company like that. It's gonna take a while. So just keep the name of the company. Yeah. Those are our answers. Would you like to see Byron Saxon return to commentary, replace Kevin Patrick? No.
No, because Byron Saxon is not a play-by-play guy. Kevin Patrick is a play-by-play guy, even though he's not very good at it.
Yeah, he's not good.
Jesus Christ. But who should definitely come back is Tom Phillips. Hire Tom Phillips back.
Yep.
Because he was pretty good.
Morrow.
I love Morrow, but he doesn't want to be on the road. I'll put him back on NXT if anything, but I mean, or just bring up Vic Joseph. Bring up Vic Joseph. Put Morrow. Morrow wants to come back to WWE, work at NXT, but I don't think he really wants to do that either. I think he's just burnt out on wrestling because he doesn't even do New Japan anymore. So he has done it in years, but still, like he did New Japan. You know what I mean? Before he did WWE. So
who's the guy in Ring of Honor? The announcer, not the white guy with glasses.
Not Ian Riccaboni. So you're talking about Caprice Coleman?
No, Ian Riccaboni. That's who I meant.
Yeah. He used to be on WWE, but yeah, he's. I think he has. I mean, I know that fucking that Tony Khan owns, Ring of Honor, but I think he has some type of executive role in Ring of Honor.
Oh,
if it serves me correct, so yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Patrick, I think he's better as just like an interviewer, not as an announcer, because it's just like Corey. As much shit as we want to give Corey fits the bill as a play-by-play guy better because he's able to keep up with everything, whereas Kevin just sounds very like docile. Like there's really nothing about him that's animated. Whereas if you're an announcer, you need to be animated. You know what I mean? Like in any sport, whether it's like football or NBA, you'll hear Mike Breen, he's animated. You'll hear who's another NBA announcer? I was gonna say Marv Albert. I don't think he does announcing anymore.
He doesn't do NBA no more.
Yeah, Marv Albert was animated. Same thing in wrestling. Kevin Harlan, there you go. Wrestling, Jim Ross was animated. Tony Schiavone, for as much as I think he sucks, he's always been animated.
Why?
I never liked him. I'm sorry.
Even though Mike Tenay sucks.
I actually like Mike Tenay.
Oh my god, Mike Tenay. Like in comparison to Kevin Patrick, he's like fucking like Mauro Ronaldo, but he has no fucking feeling when he speaks at all. Like I'm dead inside when I hear him. But anyway,
I mean, I like Taz. I always liked Taz as an announcer. He's always kind of made me laugh at some points. Jim Ross, of course. Jim Ross is Jim Ross. He's always been animated. So, and fucking Pat. Pat is like the definition of animated. But I mean, he's more than like he kind of said he might not come back if the company gets sold to another company. But I guess depends on who it gets sold to. But which sucks because I love Pat. But next question: were you a member of any club, organization, or team while you're in high school? My senior year, I was a member of the school store staff. As for teams, my junior year, I almost joined the boys volleyball team, and had someone told me about it, I would have joined the track team and competed in shot put. Answer that question. I gotta let my dog in.
Yeah, I was in senior track. I played football my freshman and sophomore year. Played basketball my sophomore year JV. That's pretty much it. So, yep. Oops. I was a sports guy in high school.
Oh, down there. Yo.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't know if you were still talking.
No.
I was not a member of any organization. I guess theater. I did theater classes. That's really about it. I was not really athletic in high school, so I didn't join any teams. Yeah, I guess theater. I guess the organization I could think of, club or whatever. Next is, does Texas have a lot of tornadoes, and our monthly tornado siren test a thing like they were here in Wisconsin? Not really. At least for
no
San Antonio.
monthly tornado siren test, but there are a lot of tornadoes in Texas. Yes, and not a lot in this area as far as within the city, but like outskirts outside the city in the country areas. Yeah, shit ton of tornadoes. I think for like a long time in the Guinness Book of World Records, like San Antonio and the population around San Antonio had like the most tornado sightings.
Right.
On record. Yeah. So
I know when I was a kid there was like it was hailing, and you can also hear that tornado siren, that like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it didn't end up, like, nothing happened. So
Perry Saturn's theme.
Yeah, Perry Saturn came out and just started beating everyone's ass. It was awesome. From a personal experience, which race of girls are the best sexually? Black, Latina, white, Middle Eastern, Asian, while my fiance is in the other room with the door open. Jesus Christ. Come on, Kyle. You're not supposed to be asking these kind of questions.
So I'll just answer real quick. Since living in San Antonio, mostly Hispanic, Latino women is who I've been with, so that will be my answer. But I have been with 4 out of the 5 listed, though.
I've only been with 2 of the listed, so Latina. Go with Latina, and that's my jam. If you can be any Marvel or DC character, who would you want to be and why?
Even though I have a Venom tattoo, I'll probably just say Wolverine, just because of his claws, adamantium claws, and his health regeneration. So if I scratch myself, I'll be instantly healed.
Wolverine would be a good one. I would say Tony Stark, mainly for his bank account. Just so, yeah, I want to be Iron Man just for that bank account alone. Living in Texas, would you ever drive to Mexico for a vacation? No. Me personally, no, because
Thank God, no.
I've heard horror stories of.
You're not going to come back.
No. Mm-mm. I had a friend of mine that just randomly texted me. She's like, "Let's go to Mexico and get tacos." I went, "No." Like, you know what's going to happen to me if I go to Mexico? Oh, man. Next is, once Roman Reigns loses the WWE Universal Championships, does he leave WWE or does he stick around? And most likely the world titles will be separate again. He's staying. He's more than likely going to take like a small vacation. I think the world titles are going to be separate at this point. It's just, we've already talked about it ad nauseum. It's just, long world title reigns are boring. You know, Roman can get away with it because he's Roman and he has his crew, but now's a good a time as any to split these titles up. I mean, we've already talked about, you know, if there's the possibility of Roman beating Cody and holding on to those titles until maybe SummerSlam. If that's the case, split those titles up, you know, because other guys need to get over. I think that's, in my opinion, I don't know how you feel. In my opinion, I think that's kind of one of the big issues with a lot of guys who just came back that aren't getting over, is because there's not a whole lot to do with them, because everybody is kind of doing their own thing, and you have one guy holding both world titles. So,
and also both tag team titles as well. Those are being held hostage too. So
right.
So yeah, but yeah, should Roman stick around? Stick around, yes, but have him be away for like 8-9 months. Absence make the heart grow founder, or whatever the saying is. But yeah, absolutely split the titles back up. Yeah, for sure. For sure. You're at a point now where the rosters is in need of it. You can have Cody as champion for one brand and like Gunther as champion for another brand, something like that. So
I mean, it gives a lot of guys who are having trouble getting over. I mean, like Cross. You know, we like Cross. Maybe splitting the titles up can help Cross get over. Maybe it could do it for Reed. You know, maybe it can do it for, you know, other guys, you know, other girls as well. So, I mean,
and plus you're looking to possibly sign Jay White, you know, Kenny Omega. They need something to fight for too. So if they do come in,
see, there you go. Next is, have you ever pissed or shit yourself? Both.
Not shit myself, but probably when I was like 4 or 5 years old. Piss, wet the bed. You know what I mean? Innocent child things.
Yeah, just like basic adult things where it's just like you're having a dream and you're dreaming that you're going to the restroom, and then right as when you're about to pee, you realize, oh shit, I gotta wake up because I'm peeing.
Oh my god!
Which I didn't piss the bed. I maybe just had like a little pee come out in my pants, but nothing like major. And then when I was like maybe 8. We were on a trip and I somehow shit myself. So it's a funny story. It's not that funny, but it's funny to me.
You are the shit.
I am the shit, guys. Have you ever been to a Six Flag park? I've been to Six Flags Great America once in Gurnee, Illinois, when I was in middle school. Yes, we have a Six Flags here. I've been to it. Haven't been to it in a while though.
Yeah, we have Six Flags. We have SeaWorld here, so yeah, plenty of times went to Six Flags Fiesta, Texas.
I worked at SeaWorld. That was my first like major job, and like it played a big part of my adulthood working at SeaWorld, and That's actually where I met the missus. So, good things happen. And last question from Kyle. Do you think Jim Johnston and Tony Chimel will be inducted into the Hall of Fame? Yes.
For me, do I want them in the Hall of Fame? Yes. Do I think that they are? I think Tony Chimel is, because I think he's still part of WWE in some fashion. Jim Johnston, I know that there's a little bit of blood there between them two. It kind of ended nasty. He should be in the Hall of Fame, 100%. Most of the wrestling themes that we know and love, it came from Jim Johnston. Do I think he's going to end up being in the Hall of Fame? That's, I'm not 100% confident in that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's a difference between us wanting it and, like you said, there's what exactly is the bad blood between them?
Just on how everything ended with them. I know that there was some copyright, not copyright issues, but just earnings issues. Hey, you're using my work, and even though I'm gone, am I going to get paid any type of royalties for my work, and things of that nature. So
that's unfortunate. I mean, hopefully they work it out, because that guy has Hall of Fame work, pretty 100%. Much branched out. That's it for Kyle. CM Goof has the last batch of questions. CM Goof, where are you at? I see him. First question: top 5 black wrestlers of all time.
Top 5 black wrestlers of all time. So, are these my favorite, or are these who I think the top 5 black wrestlers are?
I mean, it's just our personal opinions.
Oh, our favorite. So, Rock, Booker T. I'm gonna put Sasha up there.
Okay.
Rock, Booker T, Sasha, Lashley.
Okay.
Bobby Lashley. And 5 is kind of hard for me. It's either Ron Simmons, Farouk, or Junkyard Dog.
Okay.
So that'll probably be my top 5-ish. Not in any particular order, but those are just 5 or 6.
All right. For me, top 5, this is not in any particular order. Rock. That's 1. Booker T. Lashley. For me personally, Shelton Benjamin. He's one of the best. And number 5, that's tough. I'm not really the biggest Sasha fan, so that's why she's not my top 5. Number 5, I would say... What's that noise?
It's my updates in the background, getting notifications.
Oh, okay. Number 5 would be... Oh, man, this is tough. Jesus Christ. Fuck it. 5, I'll say Godfather. Those are my 5 favorites. Next is Jay White. Lost his match at Battle in the Valley and is officially prohibited from wrestling in New Japan Pro Wrestling and New Japan Wrestlers. Where does he go next? AEW, Impact, WWE, The Moon. Oh my. I mean, we've already talked about it. I mean, we both agreed that him going to AEW would just be kind of a little derivative. If he comes to WWE, he has better matchups. He has more fresher and newer matchups. So I think WWE is kind of the place to go, and I think WWE wants him. But then there's already talks about WWE looking at Kenny Omega more. So I don't know.
Yeah, WWE. I mean, we already talked about it. I know we brought that up on Saturday's review show, because of he did lose at Battle in the Valley. So yeah, WWE is the most appropriate step. Impact. If he's coming to America, he wants to make money. It's really only 2 choices: AEW or WWE. WWE has the fresher matchups. The better storylines. Jay White can talk on the mic. He can wrestle pretty damn well. He's awesome in the ring. I think they will be able to utilize him better than what AEW is. Like AEW can barely get Swerve and Keith Lee on their shows. Keith Lee was fucking, the last remaining in the Survivor Series against Roman Reigns, and looked like he was going to be a big star until Vince fucked him up, obviously. But, you know what I mean? So guys like that, like Paige Saraya, she doesn't feel as special. You know what I mean?
No.
Toni Storm, even though she won a women's championship, great for her. I'm very happy for her. She's being used better in AEW, but she doesn't feel special. You know what I mean? So, again, and not to say that if JY goes to WWE, he gets a guarantee. He's going to be guaranteed to be successful. There's nothing guaranteed, but I just think that his chances of success consistently is higher in WWE than it is in AEW. If true that Triple H is going to be fully in charge still, then that remains to be seen with reports as of late.
If WWE does a post WrestleMania mass firing, who on the roster should be fired? Note: you can't fire Natalya, Drew. Well, I wouldn't fire Natalya. I would just maybe move her to a off-screen position. But I mean, just the obvious: get rid of the Baron Corbins. I mean, at this point, they have done everything they could with the guy. The guy at this point is just, he's putting over other talent, which good, but it's just like he's taking over TV spots that should probably go to somebody else a little bit more talented than him, so get rid of him. Who else on the company is not very good? I mean, I don't know. We could probably save this bus flip thing for Wednesday if you want.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't want anybody to be fired unless they're like despicable people. You know what I mean? So like, your Leah's get the fuck out of here type of thing. I wouldn't want anybody to be fired. That's kind of.
Well, yeah, it's just
harsh.
I mean, I never want anyone to lose their job, but it's just like off of merit. You want to keep people on who are providing some type of like service. Right.
Like if I were to say like people who would be like released or fired, whatever phrase that you want to use, who I think most likely could happen. Yeah, okay, then that's conversation. But like if you put a gun in my head and say you gotta get these 3 people fired. Like, you gotta fire these 3 people. Like, I don't know if I have the heart to do that. maybe I'm a little bit more. I mean, I'm obviously more softer than anybody else, but still, like, I wouldn't. That's kind of harsh a little bit.
Yeah, it's hard. It is harsh. You never want to see anyone lose a job,
unless they're despicable cunts like Aaliyah, racist bitch.
Despicable cunts, or they just suck ass like Baron Corbin, who I'm pretty sure Baron Corbin is a nice guy. I've heard he's a nice guy. He's a sweetie heart. From friends that I know that have been around him, they say he's a very sweet, nice person. But and maybe that's why they keep him around, because he doesn't cause any problems. I don't know, but I guess if you cause problems backstage and you just suck, then just bye-bye. Next is top 5 hottest black female wrestlers, managers, or valets of all time. I only know a few. Justin probably knows more than me, but I don't really know too many. Other than like,
there's a lot of black wrestlers, and I won't say black managers, but you go off wrestlers alone.
Well, top 5 hottest black female wrestlers, managers, and valets. So, hottest black female wrestlers, I can probably think of something. Managers, I can only think of, what's her name? Booker T's wife, Charmel. And then valets, I can't really think of anybody.
I mean, I always thought this, and I know she's not, but Sherry Martel, like, can I claim her as a black woman? Even though she was with Harlem Heat, but she's not black. But can I claim her? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. That's near here nor there, but well, I mean, it's gonna be mostly today's wrestlers in there. So like Bianca, Naomi, Sasha, Jade, you can put Charmel in there, definitely. So that's definitely one you can actually definitely put in there. Who else? So Layla Gray. Oh yeah, baby. I mean, I know it's more than 5, but damn, today's women is on another level. So
Let's see. For me, I mean, Jade is fucking hot. There's no denying that she's hot. She's god awful in the ring, but she's hot. Sasha's kind of hot. I don't know, maybe just her personality turns me off, but she's hot. Remember, not Layla Gray, but you remember Layla from like a few years ago?
Yeah. She's all right.
I think she was like, was she like mixed, like black and like Egyptian or something?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, CM Goof gets it. Oof, that's my girl. I looved her. What are some other ones? Is Zelina? Isn't she like part black?
Nope. She's Puerto Rican.
Could have sworn she. Oh wait, never mind. I got that wrong. I got that mixed with somebody else. CM Goof is saying Layla is black and Moroccan. Good. I'm trying to think of other. I mean, Naomi.
What about Shaniqua?
Linda Miles?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, she's.
I mean, I'm trying to help you out here.
Let me just look up black female.
Trying to help out with your list here. You're having a rough time with this one. Did you say Bianca?
Oh, Bianca. Oof, I forgot about Bianca. Bianca, definitely. What are some other ones?
Nala Rose.
Just kidding. I don't like him. Okay.
Like him, right? Mia Yim. She's part black.
She seems like she'd be cool to hang out with. I'm not saying she's ugly. She's just it's not for me. And she likes Keith Lee, so go figure.
Well, she likes big boys.
She likes big boys that talk like they're a cartoon cat. Salutations. All right, so Bianca, Jade, Sasha, Naomi.
Cody's wife.
Brandy's hot. So those are my 5. Brandy's hot as fuck, so I'll go with her.
So who's your 5? I'm confused now.
Bianca, Jade, Sasha, Naomi, and Brandy.
Oh, okay. That's a good pick.
You know what? I'm gonna replace Sasha with Layla Gray. Is that okay if I do that?
Yeah, it's your list. You can do whatever you like.
And I know it's your girl and everything. I just want to be sure it's okay with you. Oh wait, take out Jade and replace her with Layla. Those are my 5. Layla L.
There you go.
No, Layla Gray goof. Layla Gray is the chick from AEW. She's hot. She's not just hot. She's hot.
She's something else, man. She really is.
Next is, are you excited for the upcoming King of the Hill reboot? Not really.
I mean, I used to like King of the Hill back in the day, but I'm not gonna piss my pants, thinking about it. So
yeah, I like King of the Hill. The reboot is just like, not everything needs to be rebooted. So, and I'm not gonna be one of those guys that does the whole, it's gonna be woke, even though it probably will be. But it's just like, how you can make King of the Hill woke, I don't know, but just some things need just to be left alone, in my opinion. Next is Anna just a figment of our collective imaginations? I think so.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah,
Anna's a thing. Which I'm gonna take that back. That sounds like in poor taste, because Anna is as we know, Anna is a transgendered
right? Yeah.
Individual. So that sounds very in bad taste. Anna, if you're listening, I'm very sorry. That was a bad joke. I'm sorry. But Anna is a figment of our imaginations. So, yes, I agree with that. Next is, now that The Undertaker is officially retired and is able to accept more commercial work and sponsorship deals, should he and Kane star in a commercial for Tombstone frozen pizzas. I mean, why the fuck not?
100% yes. 100%. I always went like, I'll be honest with you. I knew about the Tombstone pile driver first before I knew about Tombstone pizzas, and I thought that was the Undertaker's brand.
Yeah,
I was like 8, 9 years old at the time, so forgive me on that.
And then the commercials, like they sell themselves. It's like, you're after eating this pizza, your hunger will rest in peace. Yeah, do that. See, it sells itself. I just made Tombstone a shit ton of money. There you go. If Bret Hart bitches and moans in the woods and nobody's around to hear it, does Bret Hart really exist?
Well, no, he'll exist. No one just no one will be able to hear him.
Bret Hart does. I mean, Bret early only bitches and moans about Goldberg, so which he's that gets kind of annoying after a while. Next is, when was the last time you chased after the ice cream man? I don't think I've ever chased after an ice cream truck.
Probably late 90s, early 2000s.
Next is Eddie a Latino leprechaun? Yes.
Not qualified to answer that one.
Instead of a pot of gold, it's tacos, which that'd be fucking awesome. And next and last is an F, Marry, Kill. So we have to open the image as usual.
Oh.
And I can't open the image. What the fuck? Oh wait, here we go. I got it.
Let me scroll down and find the link.
Oh. Keeping up with the theme of the month.
Okay. Yep. Here we go.
All right, so it's Jakara Jackson from NXT, Casey Lennox, good God, from various indies, and Jade Cargill. So we have to keep our voices down because there's people in the other room.
Oh, I thought you were going first. My bad.
I can go first if you want to go second.
Oh no! I thought you were going first. That's why I was waiting on you. F, Jakara, Mary, Jade all have to put up with the attitude, but hey, that's one fine one right now. Like Casey, she looks good, but she looks fake. If that makes sense with her smile and all that stuff. Like,
I'll get you.
I don't know. I'm not. Like I see her, like, because I do follow her on IG on my on the Spinebuster Tees IG. And every time I see her, I'm like, she looks good, but she doesn't look real. She doesn't look like somebody can actually, like, meet. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll kill her.
She looks unapproachable, is that what you mean?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Alright, I get you. I'll probably go with you. I'll have to choose my words carefully. I'll hug Jakara Jackson. Probably kill Casey Lennox because I don't know much about her. I mean, she's not bad looking, but I don't know much about her. She can probably be an asshole. And I'll marry Jade because she has an attitude, but I'm married to a Latina, so the attitude I can deal with. Maybe she's cool behind the scenes. I don't know, but she's hot as fuck. But those are our list, and that's all the questions. Short ass show today.
Yep. I have some we can go through real quick if we have the time.
Yeah, go for it.
Did you see the Wrestling Observer Awards list?
You mean, yeah, the WON.
I have it up. I have it up here.
I was gonna say that sounds like something we should probably say for Wednesday.
Well,
I mean, if you want to do it now, we can.
I mean, yeah, we can do it now because, like, who knows? There'll be like 20 other news stories that'll come up by then. This will be like in the background.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll put it in the chat here. You can follow along here, but or not, so you can be surprised too. So, all right, so you got now the Wrestling Observer Awards, right? So this is all subscriber. This is from the fans. This is nobody from the from the awards. They're not voting for this. So it's not Meltzer. It's not Alvarez. It's not whoever's there, right? It's not people who write the shit. It's the fans who subscribe to it. They voted the 2022 Best Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Best on Interviews, etc. Right? So we're gonna go through most of these here. There's gonna be a couple ones I'll take out here just because of just for it just doesn't matter. Like I don't think no one really cares about best pro wrestling book. I don't think no one cares about that. So we'll go through the most important ones here. So we'll start from the top here, and 2022 Wrestler of the Year. Do you have it up in front of you, or did you want to guess on?
Well, I already saw who it was. Let me just click on the link that you posted just so I can see the other participants.
Okay. So voted by the fans, Wrestler of the Year. In first place is Jon Moxley with 498 first place votes, a total of 3,101 votes. So Jon Moxley won Wrestler of the Year, followed by Roman Reigns, Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, and Siri. Those are the top 5 there. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
Fucking pitiful. Like, how is again? It's just I beat this dead horse to death like multiple times. It's like, how is Moxley the best wrestler of the year? How the guy has proven that he is worthless without blood or hardcore stuff. The guy can't have a match. He's boring. All he is a promo. So how Roman Reigns didn't, again, not that it matters. It's fucking Wrestling Observer. You already know where their bread's buttered, but how do fans look at Moxley and say he's the wrestler of the year over anybody?
Well, I mean, just looking at this list overall, you know the fan base. You know the fan base. So you know, I'll just say for anyone who's listening to this, don't be surprised on some of these here. So it's a lot of biases. Right. In this list. Just like, you know, just like how we have our own biases as well, right? So just keep that in mind and just know who's voting on this. Now, to be honest, Wrestler of the Year, I understand why Moxley's number one. Me personally, I understand why Moxley's number one over Roman Reigns. Roman didn't wrestle as much as Moxley, right? Roman didn't, you know, he didn't wrestle as much as Moxley. He wasn't on TV every week. So I get it. I understand it. Me personally, I will probably put Roman over Moxley. I'll probably put Moxley number 2 on this list. Ospreay, Okada, I think those are okay, but I'll probably put Seth. Seth will be in the top 5 for sure, though. So, is there anybody that you'll take out and replace with anybody else on this list?
Siri's a girl, right?
Yeah, she's like you remember she was the one that was the number 1 female wrestler on the Pro Wrestling Awards. So she's like basically like the female Brock Lesnar of Japan. She doesn't wrestle like Brock Lesnar, but like she's as dominant as Brock Lesnar with her title reign.
Yeah, she got voted over Bianca Belair. Yeah, I remember that. Again, this is Wrestling Observer. These are the fans. You already know who these fans like based on the names that we see. Ospreay, I haven't seen too much of his work. Okada, I've kind of like I haven't even heard that name lately. And then Siri, I would replace her with Bianca in a heartbeat. It's just, again, replace them with people that people have actually watched, and not just, you know, the hardcore, you know, wrestling fans watch. But again, like you said, these are the fans that subscribe to it and they put in their votes. So it's
right. So I'll say this. Now, you're not wrong. 100% not wrong. I would probably, you know, Siri, like, she's amazing, fantastic. Like, if she came to WWE or AEW, everyone would fucking fall in love with her. And like, oh my god, she's just like how Io Shirai, like, when Io Shirai was winning, you know, this same award for, like, Wrestler of the Year and Female Wrestler of the Year, people was like, who the fuck is Io Shirai? And now everyone says, like, oh my god, she's fucking amazing. Same thing with Asuka. Oh my god, she's fucking amazing. So it could be the same thing with Siri, too, as well. But, you know, I just think that these people, they watch everything, but they're just biased towards certain, you know, promotions and individuals. So, All right, so next one here, 2022 most outstanding wrestler of the year. So I guess like I guess like the best in ring per se. I guess that's the best way to look at it. So you got Will Ospreay number 1 with 951 first place votes with total of 4,807 votes. Bryan Danielson number 2, Kazuchika Okada number 3, Speedball Mike Bailey, who's really starting to grow on me. I didn't like him at first, but he's very damn good in the ring. He just needs a fucking character, and because he's bland as shit, but he's really good in the ring. Number 4, and John Moxley number 5. So I mean, with this one here, I'll probably put Seth somewhere in here too as well. There's no WWE guys on this list though, but I understand why this is a top 5 though. Me personally, I'll probably put Brian. I'll probably put Bryan Danielson number 1, but that's being a little biased there. But Will Ospreay had an amazing year last year.
I don't really have much of an opinion about this list because, again, Ospreay, everyone says he's great. I'm not going to, disagree or agree with it. I'm just going to, be okay. Danielson, I love Danielson. If you're going to make a top 5 anything, he should be in it. Okada, again, he's been I don't want to say he's been irrelevant, but he's kind of been doing his own thing. Speedball Mike Bailey. He is the champion of New Japan now. Well, that was now starting 2003, but he's been doing a lot of things over there. It's just that I guess that not a lot of people are exposed to it. So really, it's if you're not following New Japan or Okada on social media, I understand why some people may not be able to keep up with them, but. For me, I don't watch everything New Japan. I barely keep up with some of the stuff in fucking outside of AEW and WWE. But I try to catch clips and see things in nature and catch highlights and make my opinions based off of that. So, and then it's just
your thing.
I was gonna say Mike Bailey. I've never heard of him, so I can't really say anything about him. John Moxley.
He's in Impact. Mike Bailey.
Again. Why is John Moxley on this list? It's just... I have an honest question for anybody that watches AEW that loves whatever style of wrestling John Moxley is trying to do. And, Justin, you kind of fall in this equation, so I just want an honest answer. So, do you honestly find John Moxley to be a good wrestler? Just be honest.
He's not a good technical wrestler, right? He's a good brawler. He's a good storyteller with his body, and he can put on matches. He's a hybrid, so he can put on matches with pretty much any style for the most part. I think what he did last year in AEW, he was definitely their MVP last year. He was there week in, week out, even when CM Punk and the Elite kind of had their thing. He was supposed to go on vacation, didn't go on vacation. And he put on entertaining and good matches. Yeah, the blood thing, this and the other. But we seen even before that, we saw what kind of matches he was capable of putting in WWE too, even without the blood. And he's had some pretty stellar matches in WWE too as well. So, I'm not mad at it. Would he be in my top 5 for most outstanding wrestler? As far as being best in ring, probably not. I'll replace him probably maybe with Seth at least. That's just my opinion though on him. So,
and I'm not even mad. I'm just kind of bamboozled. Just I don't know. I guess I'm not seeing what people are saying. People, you're saying, yeah, he was the MVP of last year because he did A, B, C, and D. He did a lot for the company. I know RJ has kind of said the same thing, that he works hard, and it's just yeah, everybody works hard, but it's just doesn't mean that they're good. He's just not good. To me, he's boring. He's probably the most boring wrestler on television right now, next to Jericho, in my opinion. These are just my opinions, guys. Yeah, but we'll move on to the next topic.
Next one, Tag Team of the Year. Number 1, FTR, 782 first place votes, 3,859 total votes. Number 2, the Briscoes. Number 3, the Young Bucks. Number 4, the Usos. Number 5, the Acclaim. Those are definitely the top 5 for me tag teams of the year. I'll definitely put the Usos above the Young Bucks for sure. And the Briscoes too as well. I think this. I mean, this obviously these votes were obviously tallied before the death of Jay Briscoe.
Right.
But I will definitely put the Usos number 2. FTR had a fucking. I mean, the first half of 2022 was some of the best I've ever seen from any tag team. Usos, they had great matches, but their story, the story of the Bloodline, kept everything together as well. So, I'll probably put FTR. I'll probably put FTR number 1 and Usos number 2. A lot closer votes together, though. I don't think it should have been that wide. But I think these are top 5 tag teams of the year, though.
Yeah. The teams in this list, I agree with. Maybe not the Bucks, but like, I don't think the Bucks should be over the Usos. And with all due respect to the Briscoes, I don't think they should be over the Usos. FTR. If you're gonna put FTR over the Usos, that's fine. I mean, because we did that, PWI tag team thing, and
right.
The Usos got number 1. I think FTR was like number 2, and
no, I think no. I think it was FTR, the Briscoes, and I think the Usos was number 3. I think.
No, the Usos are number 1, bro.
They were number 1.
Yeah, number 1. FTR was 2, and Briscoes are 3.
Let's see. Maybe I'm thinking about another list here. PWI tag team. Was it the 100 list?
Yeah, tag team 100.
Oh, they were number 1. Okay, I stand. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that cover now.
But yeah, it was like the whole conversation was like, you couldn't give a wrong answer with choosing either of these 3 teams. Personally, just preference. I would put the Usos at number 1. FTR is good, even though they're not really my speed. And I'm starting to kind of get annoyed by Dax as of late. And the Briscoes are the Briscoes. They're great.
What did Dax do?
Just he has that podcast, and just every week he just always has something random to say, and he sounds like he's just whining about everything. And you can't tell who he's trying to please. And then he says about Orange Cassidy that if you don't think he's talented, then you're not really a wrestling fan. It's like, really? Like,
I get it. I wouldn't detract that from like what they do in ring, but I get what you're saying.
Well, no, I don't care as long as they're good. But it's just, again, FTR is good, but they're not really my speed per se.
Right.
But just Dax personally, I'm starting to get annoyed by, and just the Briscoes are the Briscoes, and the Acclaimed. They belong in the top 5. Maybe I'm being biased. I don't know if the Bucks deserve to be in the top 5 because they're the Bucks. They sell merch and they're popular, but what have they really done in the past year that really merits to be in the top 5? I mean, I would put rated RK Bro over the Bucks, but that's just my opinion. Next one.
Best on interviews. So I guess like the best promo, I guess. MJF number 1, 486 first place votes, 2,984 votes overall. Mm-hmm. John Moxley number 2, CM Punk number 3, Sami Zayn number 4, Eddie Kingston number 5. The fact that Roman Reigns is not on this list is criminal.
Uh-huh.
I love Eddie Kingston and I love what he does, but again, this shows you the type of audience that this caters to. I would definitely put Roman in top 5 over Eddie Kingston at least.
Oh yeah, take Eddie Kingston out, put Roman in. Zayn is great. There's someone else I was going to mention and then I blinked on the name. Punk. Yeah, I mean, Punk's great on interviews, so I guess keep him. Moxley, his interviews are fine.
That press conference alone deserves to be on this list.
Fair enough. Fair enough to that one. Moxley, yeah, he's fine on promos, even though he kind of does the same shtick. The whole "I'm John Moxley, I'm gonna rip off your head and drink your blood, because I'm John frickin' Moxley." MJF great on promos, even though he's starting to kind of get stuck in the same rut. MJF has been doing weird promos lately because like he's been giving these very like kind of emo promos where like he talks about how some girl named Liv, wink wink, was blowing him while he was driving, and then they crashed and he left her there. And then he talks about how his wife left him and he wants to kill himself, and it's just like,
I mean, that's true. I mean, I don't know about the killing himself part, but I mean, like I thought the promo that he did on Wednesday was, I won't say it was excellent per se, but I thought it was good, really good. Because it's real. You know what I mean? Like, his fiance did leave him. He was, technically he's probably still engaged right now, but like, you know what I mean? Like, and he brought it all back together saying that, hey, you have a family, Bryan Danielson, but you choose not to be with them. You know what I mean? And you're taking advantage of them. Like, I can identify with that because there's people out there who are either married or they're in a relationship, and one or the other they take advantage of one or the other person, and it's like, well, shit, man, I'm over here single, and you're taking advantage, you're being taken advantage of, and but yeah, that's neither here nor there. So, but yeah, I get where he's coming from in that particular interview. But yeah, some of the interviews have been a little bit off and weird, but again, he's trying something different. Because there's been complaints that his standard promo style of just bashing the fans and low blowing somebody in the ring, and that's getting old. So he's trying something different. So I mean, it is a little weird, but I'm not gonna fault him for that, for trying something different.
Yeah, different works, but it's like different if you're still working in your own like wheelhouse. Like if you're yeah, like the whole shtick he was doing before, where it was just like, I'm rich and you're poor and you smell. Like, that was getting tiresome, but it's just like, switch it up, but still stay in your stadium of like what your personality is, and not like be like, oh, I'm dead inside. Sometimes I turn on a match, and I whisk my finger through it just so I can feel something.
I can get you.
It's like, hey, Max, you want to go to the movies at 6? My hamster died when I was 6. It's like, what? Like he just comes out with a skull like in like fucking Shakespeare. I don't know.
Well, I mean, in just argument's sake, Cody kind of does the same thing in a way. Roman kind of does the same thing in a way. Sammy is starting to kind of do the same thing in a way as well. But a lot of times those are looked at fondly. I'm not too sure why MJF. I mean, I know why MJF is getting looked frowned upon, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of a double, in a way, it's kind of a double standard. But I don't know, it's because like Roman's like presenting his promos better than MJF, which is that's kind of like comparing apples to oranges. So
Roman knows how to switch it up, but not deviate too much from who he is. Like, for example, he won't get too personal, but he'll get personal when he has to. Like, there's a promo he did when he was starting to turn heel, and he said, and like he was, you can tell he was like kind of hesitating to say it, but he's like, I risk my health to come back and you people boo me. Like, do something like that. Like, don't make it too personal, but be personal. And like it for a way that works for you. With Sammy, it's like yin and yang. Like it works, but like he is starting to kind of do the same shtick. Like, kind of like you said. And Cody's stuff has always worked better with WWE. When he tried to do an AEW, it didn't work because AEW, that crowd wants different kind of promos. With Cody, his, larger than life, theatrical promos, they work better in WWE, but you have somebody else that's kind of like telling them, hey, tone it down a little bit. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, that's about it. I mean, again, I don't disagree with this list. I'm just my personal opinions. I think
right.
I do think MJF is the better talker. And Roman should definitely be in this top 5 list over Eddie, like, bar none.
Yep.
Okay. Next, move along.
Yeah, I'm gonna move kind of quickly here because I don't want to keep you on here too long, much longer. So 2022 promotion of the year, AEW 480 votes, first place votes, 3,270 votes in total. Stardom, with in second place, WWE third place, New Japan fourth place, UFC fifth place.
Again, we know who's doing this show, so why even bother arguing?
I mean, would you replace anybody, or I mean, I know you probably want to move WWE up over AEW.
I mean, I would definitely move it over Stardom because, again, not to like shit on people who like it, but it's just like it's a very niche audience. Not everyone has heard of Stardom. I'm pretty sure more people have heard of NJPW over Stardom, and of course AEW. But it's just like I would definitely move it WWE over Stardom.
And WWE did not gain first place votes, which is interesting. But okay, all right. Best weekly TV show. First place AEW Dynamite, 753 first place votes, 4,020 votes overall. SmackDown number 2. Rampage. That right there is puzzling. I mean, I've been very consistent, but Rampage that's concerning. Number 3. New Japan Strong number 4. Impact Wrestling number 5. Raw should be on this list. I mean, it hasn't been fantastic, great, but it should be on this list. Rampage, I don't no. I wouldn't have a top 5. I wouldn't have a top 5.
Rampage, the show that just got 230,000 viewers.
Yeah, I would not have that top 5.
A show that nobody fucking watches. Same thing with Impact. It's at number 5. It's just like Raw gets
it says best show, not what most watch. So Impact actually had good shows. No one watches it though, but they had good shows. Rampage, on the other hand, it's not a good show at all. So I understand why Impact's there. Probably don't understand the 16th place first votes. Is probably maybe 4, 5, probably where it's at. But I don't understand Rampage at all.
Let's do one more, and then we'll save the rest of the list for Wednesday.
So, match of the year, 2022 match of the year, Kazuchika Okada, Will Ospreay, G1 final, 256 first place votes. Followed by number 2, FTR versus Briscoes 3. Okada, Kazuchika Okada versus Will Ospreay, Wrestle Kingdom 16, number 3. Number 4 is FTR versus Briscoes 1. And number 5, Gunther versus Sheamus at Clash at the Castle, number 5. No AEW matches are on the list. Mm-hmm. So that's very interesting there, with no AEW matches on the list at all. I mean, I know what you're going to say. I think this is fine. I would probably maybe take out FTR versus Briscoes 1 and replace it with maybe Seth and Cody, Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But where have you seen the matches or not? It's fucking difficult to bring it. I mean, to take out Okada and Will Ospreay, both of those matches. Those are really difficult to bring down. Where have you seen the matches or not? If you go back and watch the highlights, you can be like, okay, I understand why. These are where they're at on the list. But again, this audience is more for the hardcore people who watch New Japan, people who watch Ring of Honor, and obviously people who watch WWE, because there are people who WWE has been represented on this list in some fashion. Probably not as much as it should be, but it has been represented.
Yeah, I would get rid of the FTR Briscoes 1. I saw the 3. The 3 one was good. I didn't think it was great. It was, again, just my personal taste. I didn't think it was that great. I thought it was good, really good, but I didn't think it was great. So I'll get rid of FTR Briscoes 1, put in Seth and Cody at not Mania. Well, the Mania match was great, but the Hell in a Cell match was great. That was probably the best Hell in a Cell match I've seen in years. So put that in. Yeah, those would be my choices. Yeah, and then Gunther, Sheamus at Clash of the Castle. What else can we say about that match that wasn't already said? Just
Fantastic.
I would probably put that at number 1, and I would put Cody and Seth at number 2, and Briscoes and FTR at number 3, and yeah, that's pretty much my choice. Those are my choices. But
okay. Yeah, Gunther and Sheamus, that was close to a New Japan match that you'll see on WWE, like how they're hitting each other. But all right, well, yeah, you say you want to end that there. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yes, sir. So Wednesday, we already got some topics lined up. We will finish the rest of this list. We'll probably do our own bus flip. I forgot who asked the question, but we'll probably do a bus flip on Wednesday just to kind of prepare. We haven't done a bus flip in a while, so it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. Be a WWE version, right?
WWE version. There you go. And then AEW predictions for their pay-per-view next Sunday, not Saturday, but Sunday.
Revolution.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. And March, like I mentioned, we'll have just one Q&A show. So get as many questions as you can in for that show. And that's really about it. We did an hour 27. Nice show. Nice, fun, packed show with great questions. And thank you to everybody for putting in your questions. So,
a little bonus here too with the list too. So.
Oh, and you got this too, guys. So we always got you covered for entertainment of the wazoo. But Justin, plug your stuff.
Yeah, just real quick, you guys know where to find me. SpinebusterTees.com, SpinebusterTees on Instagram. In the process of, getting the store open, so going through the initial process right now. So I'm expecting my next month sometime. By the way, it's looking like, just wait, and I kind of mentioned this on a couple shows already, just waiting for the current tenants to move out. I think they're moving out at the end of this month, so that's probably why there's a delay. So once they move out into their new space downstairs, then I'll be able to start moving in and begin the process. So yeah, can't wait for you guys to see it. I'll be posting pictures and videos and all that stuff, so you guys can come along on this journey with me. So I appreciate all the support.
Absolutely. And you know where to find me. Twitter I'm on mostly. I have an Instagram page. I have a Facebook page for the show. And then there's Patreon, which is $5 a month. I do shows with Mr. Jeff Lippman, RJ, and Ruben. And it's only $5 a month, guys. We're going to get out more content, don't worry. And of course, the Wednesday show that we do, every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central Time is me and Justin, and sometimes a guest. So we'll see you this Wednesday, same time, same channel. And what else can I say? But have a good weekend, be safe, and peace.
Peace out, guys.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari. It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.
It's Drew Yari.
The Drew Yari Show.